Greetings travelers, welcome to Building Stairs by Eye. My name is DG Squared, and today I'd like to show you how to build the standard straight staircase using glitching separators. This was the very first method that I learned how to build a floating staircase, and it can be used in a multitude of scenarios in your base builds. It can be used for a short run of stairs or a long run of stairs. It can take up a single width of a floor tile, or you can extend it wider and longer with a more gradual incline. I first learned of this technique from a gentleman by the name of TBags, who was featured on a series called Through the Portal by Nico. And that particular video inspired me to learn how to build the standard straight staircase, and also inspired me to build the spiral staircases as well. I'd like to take this moment to shout out TBags and drop a link to his channel on the top right corner of his screen. Please like and subscribe. I highly recommend checking out his channel and seeing all the great builds that he's made thus far for the NMS community. Recently, he was featured on Scottish Rod's channel for building the rainbow staircase and also a spiral staircase, and they used a slightly different technique for the rainbow staircase. You'll notice that instead of pillites that he's used these switches. Now these are auto switches, and the auto switch allows you to place the auto switch on the outside of the wall. Thus, when connecting, the glitching separator attaches on the inside of the wall and has a really nice plus to that, as it gives you a little bit more room to work with. They're fairly stable, and you can delete these switches afterwards. However, for backup reasons, I would prefer to use the dual base computer technique and make sure that your glitching separators stay in place. One of the reasons I like using pillites is that the connection points can get a little bit confusing when using these switches, as there's quite a few of them to connect to. And I know that myself, I can get confused very easily with all these glitch points. So for that very reason alone, I'm going to show you how to build the floating staircase using pillites instead of switches. All right, let's head over to our structure over here that I've already pre-made. And there are two different methods that we can go about making our stairs. Now, you can run a single run of glitching separators, and that has a pretty nice look. However, there are a couple of drawbacks to it. One, that it does not take up the full width of a floor tile, and it also has a asymmetrical look to it. Now that may work for some builds that require a little bit less space than you have to give, and that's okay. However, most people prefer a more symmetrical look and also want to fill that whole width of a floor tile so that you don't fall down to the cracks of the build. In this example that I've already pre-built here, you can see that by doubling up on the glitching separators, by placing pillites on either side of the wall, that it merges seamlessly together and fills the entire width of a floor tile, and it has a very, very nice look to it. You can see here that I've got pillites preset on either side of the wall here, and for this scenario, we're going to want to glitch separators on both sides. In order for it to fill the floorboard in a single run all the way down for one floor length, you need to have them situated very closely together. And you can see how I've got them spaced here, where each one is almost touching the next one. And if you look very, very closely, you can see that the middle line lines up with the top line of the next pillite. And it's almost perfectly lined up, ever so slightly below that next line. And by doing so, that ensures that we have enough of an incline to create our staircase running from top to bottom with only one floor panel length. You can see I've got a couple pillites that are run just past the length of a floor panel, and that will create a seamless look and a seamless step, or first step, to our floating staircase. The same follows true at the top up here. You can see this connection point is right at the very bottom of our floorboard, and when we connect our glitching separator, that will create a seamless look right on top of the floorboard, so that way we have a seamless walk up and down our floating staircase. Okay, let's get started here. So We're going to use two methods of building here. The first one is the dual base computer. And I have already pre-assigned each and every one of these pill lights to a secondary base computer, which will be deleted afterwards. And our glitching separators are going to be on a other main base computer, and that is our permanent base computer. So we're going to make sure that we put the glitching separators on the correct base computer. Okay. I'm going to put these floor tiles back. It's easier to place these pill lights without the floorboards, and then I can easily put them back as they green state very easily. And I still have all these connection points below, so I don't run into phase deletion. Alright, so let's get on with our glitching here. Let's pull up our glitching separators. We're going to go with black today, and we're going to be very careful and take our time attaching these glitching separators. We want to make sure that we try and keep our wire as far away from these glitching separators and pill lights as possible to avoid any phase deletion. And you can see any mistakes that I make here, I can remove that afterwards. That is not in the way. That glitching separator can be removed afterwards at the end. So let's just keep on going. Let's take our time, making sure that we glitch each one of these in place without making any mistakes, or as few mistakes as possible. I highly recommend making a save before starting your staircase. And if you're really nervous, definitely make a save along the way as frequently as possible to ensure that you keep your glitching separators and don't have to go back over your work afterwards, as that can be a little bit hair pulling working with so many glitch points and glitching separators. And we're just going to keep on going all the way up. And this is the first half of our glitching separator floating straight staircase. And we're going to double up on this afterwards. There we go. We'll just keep on going. I'd like to take the opportunity while I'm glitch building here to thank TBags for the inspiration to do this. I have been looking for a method of making my base a little bit more fancy when I first learned how to glitch build. And when I first saw that video, it inspired me so much that I took the time to learn how to build the floating staircase using glitching separators. You can see here, let me just take a moment here to notice that our top floor lines up perfectly with our top stair here, merged nicely. And the same goes for our bottom floor as well, as it's merged nicely right into the bottom floor. Okay, let's quickly remove these, and we'll move on to our second row of stairs, merging nicely with our first row. And again, I'm going to take my time glitching each one of these into place. And I'm keeping track of where my pill lights are. You'll notice that each glitching separator I place is right in the center of that pill light. Okay, so the next one that I want to glitch to will be this connector point, which is on the edge of my previous glitching separator. And that's how I keep track of which pill light to attach to next. Okay, almost there. And when we're finished, we're going to employ our dual base computer technique by deleting the secondary base computer and all the pill lights that I'm attaching these to. And that's going to give us a really, really clean look. And let's hope for no phase deletion here. Take our time, make sure we do this right. And work our way all the way to the top, being very careful not to make any mistakes. Using the blender glitch technique, each one of these glitching separators is attached, and that employs using the controller in a fashion where I am releasing the L2 button and pressing the R2 button almost simultaneously. And Beeblebum has a really nice video where he shows the technique in live real time with his hands on the controller. And I highly recommend checking out Beeblebum's channel and checking out that technique as well as the dual base computer technique. It's been proven to be very, very useful in the glitch building and can make your base look just that much more special without any wires or superfluous scaffolding being left laying around. And there we have it. Our floating staircase, top to bottom, nice and smooth. You can see it merges seamlessly and has a really, really nice symmetrical look to it. So, without further ado, let's head over to our secondary computer. And if you're really nervous, you definitely want to make a save prior to doing this, a manual save, because once we delete our base computer, we're going to make an auto save. So we're going to delete that base. And as per usual, using the dual base computer technique, when you first delete the base, because we're still in real time in the game mode here, you will notice that a lot of phase deletion occurs and you may lose an awful lot of your glitching separators. Fear not, by making an autosave immediately afterwards and then reloading that autosave, brings all of your glitching separators back as they were all assigned to that previous base. So while our little circle turns here, I'd like to drop a link to Scottish Rod and his tutorial series. He's also done a staircase series as well as many other tutorials, all very short, quick videos designed to show a quick tutorial on how to build all kinds of different building techniques, as well as Beeblebum, who has a whole variety of tutorials anywhere from learning how to glitch build to advanced glitch building and literally every technique that is used in glitch building today. And once again, a huge shout out to TBags, who has inspired me and many others to build wonderful things like the straight staircase, the spiral staircases, and so many other things that can spruce up the look of your base build. Okay, here we go. Let's go have a quick peek. And you can see as we approach our base here, our straight staircase. So I have made a couple of different demonstrations. You can see the floating staircase without the angled wall, and that has a really nice look to it, and the straight staircase with an angled wall. And you can see how easy it is to make a mistake as I've deleted my wall here on my glitching separators. That is very easy to do, and it's a reminder to always make sure that you're checking which base computer you are assigning your items to go to. So let's see if we can fix that real quick. Let's go into our wall, wooden structure, and let's see if we can place a wall here. Look at that, green stated wall, nicely. All is good in the world. And you can see this floating straight staircase. It has a wonderful look to it. And there's so many other things that you can do as well. You can create a railing if you so choose. I really like the look of the straight staircase. You can have, you know, 2 staircases like I've done here, or 1 single staircase that extends 2 floors all the way down, or just a single. You can even go so far as to place a floorboard of glitching separators right where I'm standing here in between the 2 staircases as well. And so this has an awful lot of uses, I would definitely recommend checking out how to do these different scenarios on the various glitch builders community. Thank you very much. This is DG Squared, and thank you for watching my tutorial. I appreciate all the support that I've been given in the NMS builders community, and I hope that these techniques help you build your perfect base. And until next time, bye, travelers.